Shalom, party people. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. But I want to hop right into this. I want to start by saying that I was going to say that Arc Raiders movement is kind of clunky, and it is kind of clunky. I've been playing like recently, and I kind of seen that over time you kind of get better with the movement system. It's still very clunky. Like sometimes you'll press down the sprint button and it won't sprint. Sometimes you'll like the vaulting is literally like a centimeter. It does good against arcs, you could say. Not even really like a high tier arcs, but against like Hornets or Wasp, it does pretty good, I guess you can say. Sprint rolling is the best option, but sometimes you don't have stamina, and yeah, that comes into play. But it all really just boils down to the exact style of the game that they're going for and what they're looking for. This isn't your typical arcade Gears of War, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Mass Effect type of game. It's really, it's kind of tactical. It's kind of exploration. It's kind of arcade shooter. It's kind of think on your feet type of game. There's a lot of elements that go into Arc, and I realize that, and I'm seeing that. And it's if you come into this game thinking you're going to be able to play it like a Call of Duty or any other title, you're probably going to get railed a lot because you're not used to the dodging, how far you can dodge, how much stamina, how to put all these things into perspective when in a gunfight or in an arc fight, whatever the case may be. But I will say, guys, that this game is very fun. It is very, very fun. It's a learning curve to hop into this game from a different game. It is a very big learning curve, but once you get that learning curve down, this game is super duper fun. You will see in this gameplay that there's kind of this matchmaking system in a way where if you're an aggressive player and you kill players, you'll probably get into, we call them Slayer only lobbies. And then if you're a chill guy, we call them chill lobbies, where it's just literally, you'll see after I kill these two guys that try to kill me, because there'll be some people that will come into like a harvester game that we just did with a free loadout and try to come up on people that are here to kill the harvester, because a harvester is like this gigantic queen ship. Think of like a mothership on legs. And as you guys will see, it takes a lot to kill it, and people will sometimes spawn into the game with free kits just to kill people who are kitted and take their loot, and that's what they try to do to me. But as they could see, I don't go down easily. Now, I am sometimes realizing you have to, this is one thing. If you think you're going to come out with a kettle, a hairpin, a Stitcher one, a kettle one, a Pharaoh one, a Rattler one, and think you're going to be just running through, you might run through other free kit players, but if you think you're going to run through a player that's fully kitted, you're probably going to get smacked, because they either got trigger nades, they got the patina, they got some type of bobcat, some gun, the renegade, whatever the case may be. If you come into any type of game thinking that, if so, maybe even with free kits, like I said, you'll probably kill other free kits. But if you really think you're going to run into, you have a free kit and you're going to run into a dude that's running a full loadout and you're probably going to kill him, I mean, he has to have really bad skill for that to happen. But the likelihood of that happening is very slim. If you want to survive, I seen a video, it said, like, if you want to survive, you have to come out with higher chances of surviving. So that means better guns, nades, health, all that stuff. You got to come out with all that stuff. And as you're going to see, when I went against kids that had a free kit and I had a loadout, we smacked them. So just be careful or where you want to land, because I used to be Slayer only and I would just go in and slay, but I got down very bad and I lost a lot of my materials, so I stopped doing that, and now I've just been gooping. And I don't know who started gooping, but whatever, bro. You got it, bro. But ever since I've been gooping, I've gotten right back up, and gooping is fun, slaying is fun. I'll say that. There is, if you stay on chill and you miss out on the Slayer, I feel like if you play, either or Slayer only or chill only, you're kind of missing out on like both sides. I think a good mixture comes in, because I was definitely missing out on the chill side of the game, where you just go in, kill arcs with randoms and get good goop and all that stuff. I was really missing that. I was really just going in, losing all my loot, and that was the cycle endlessly. And my cousin was telling me, he was like, bro, like you're missing a whole other side of the game. And I was like, you know what, I'm really not, because I'm a Slayer, I'm a PvP guy. But after I slowed it down and I wanted to chase the expedition and all these other things that what is the trials and all that. I was like, okay, there is another side to this game that's actually really, really, really fun. Even though you're not killing people all the time, there are people who want to try you, and you have to put them down. But other than that, just going out, exploring the map, grabbing the goop to get, so you want to, go out and grab the goop to get your PvP loadouts and stuff ready. That's also very fun. It's like in Destiny, and I like that. And that's what Destiny always kept me, around, because I could go into the PvE aspect of the game, get my dude crafted out, get my guns loaded up, and then go into PvP and just destroy everybody. I love stuff like that. And I don't know what they're going to do with the future of the game, but as of right now, the overall aspect of the game, besides the kind of the clunkiness and unresponsiveness on controller, I'm just going to speak for controller because I don't play mouse and key, but for controller, like I said, I'm running into issues where, there's not really like an auto vault. Like if you jump, like say you jump and you just hit the bare edge of like a top or something, sometimes you will vault, sometimes you won't even clamber. It's very bad. Sometimes you'll hit down the sprint button and you have to tap the sprint button twice because it's just not registering. There's also another bug in the game where that if you hold the trigger while you're rolling, or say you hold the trigger a second before you clear that roll, when you get out of that roll, your gun will not shoot. I think you guys see, and you can see a little bit in this gameplay when I'm fighting a Hornet. I'll roll and then I'll look, and like there's like a split second where I don't shoot. I process in my brain like, okay, it's not shooting. I have to re-pull the trigger. But if you play close attention, I'll call it out in a second here. I'll just play a little bit and then I'll call it out when it's about to happen.
Bettina, over here.
A Rocketeer. There.
Okay, Raider. Give me a second. Let's see. All right, yeah, I see the plan now. Stay with the diagram as soon as we have your location. Keep an eye out.
So this is where it's coming up to. Let me try and get this so I can see. Right now we're going to kill what is this thing called? A Rocketeer. We're trying to get a Rocketeer because we're trying to go for the Harvester and the Queen. I think right here is when I roll, and then, let me see. Let's see here, boys. Let's see here. So right here, see how I'm not shooting? So there's just this little thing where if you pull the trigger a second early, or if you hold the trigger while you're in the roll or anything like that, you don't start shooting when you come out of the roll. And that's actually very bad because there's a lot of situations where I'm like, that 1 millisecond or however long it takes for you to realize like, okay, my gun's not shooting, and then unhit the trigger and then pull it back down in a really good gunfight against some good players sometimes or stuff like that. It actually gets really bad. And just like I said, I was fighting this Hornet right here, and then players came up and they started shooting at me, and you're going to see like I completely destroyed them. But when I go to the Harvester, I see these guys are chill, so I don't shoot at them. What I was talking about in the beginning of this video, how people come out with free loadouts, try to kill you, get your loot. But if you try to do that, you got to really think like you have a free loadout kit. This dude probably has kits, like he's kitted. He's going to have grenades and all that. You're probably going to get down, unless he's completely buns and, you miss every shot. But as you're finna see, my teammate got me up, and then I, healed up, and I went out there, trigger grenades, and the Bettini. So that's all I needed. But this game, I want to talk about now I want to get into, is this game worth playing? I've been playing Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 has had me in a chokehold since Battlefield 6 dropped. People are saying the game's dying, but I think it's fun. I just think the reason why BF6 is kind of dying is because that arcade shooter, we've been playing games like Battlefield and Call of Duty for ages. We're kind of just looking for new games like Ark and Rules of Engagement or Outlast or just stuff like that. These games have been around, and I feel like there's a mixture of veteran players and new beginner players who it's just a mixture at this point. But until I got Ark. I was on Battlefield 6, but once I got Ark, dude, I've been playing Ark nonstop. It's a really fun game. Besides the clunkiness, you're gonna enjoy the open world. You're gonna enjoy the PvP aspect. You're gonna enjoy the gambling aspect. And when I say gambling, I'm talking about what's that stuff called? I'm talking about the looting, because like people say it's like gambling. Like you can come in and either leave with all your stuff, or you can come in and lose everything. How the items are revealed, it's kind of like a gambling thing. People who have a gambling addiction will love this game. I'm just gonna be real with you, because it's literally like gambling. But other than that, I say if you don't have this game, to get this game. Arc Raiders is by far one of the funnest games alongside Battlefield 6, and you know, there's probably a bunch of more other games out there. I haven't played really any of them, so I'm not going to say how good they are, but, you know, considering, you know, I've been mostly playing Outlast and just a plethora of just different games because I have a PC and I'm not trying to boat, but just there's just so much I can do in games I can play that, you know, I was like, you know, I'm not going to keep playing the same games, you know, I can literally play any game I want. I'm like, what's out there? So if you're exploring and you want to try a new game, I say that Arc Raiders is a game for you. It is absolutely phenomenal. It's fun. The movement, I hope they fix the movement. I think there's a cheater problem, and probably a couple other things that need to be fixed in the game. But the overall game is very good, and I think that you will have a lot of fun. Just like I said, remember, if you think that you're going to come into this game and kill players, and you're just going to keep running into chill players and just keep killing them over and over, it's not going to happen. The game's going to notice your behavior, and you're going to get into other games with Slayer people. And if you think that you're going to come in every time free kitted and kill Slayers that are fully kitted, you are going to get clapped every single time. I realized that. That's why I stopped coming in with free kit and started bringing out my guns, because when you come out with guns, you have an advantage, and you have better guns than people that aren't coming out with guns. So, guys, enjoy the rest of this this video. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I've just been dealing with some stuff, so I'm back trying to just bring a gameplay, bring a video out for you guys to enjoy. I really don't want to talk over this because this is 21 minutes long and it's only been 12 minutes, so I will leave the rest of this in your guys' hands. Shalom and God bless.
Got it down, Raider. Here.
Yeah, drop the beat.
Let's move to that location.